If you want your application very smooth and very well built structure, make sure you keep watching this video all the way to the end. If you want your nails as good and tea and beautiful as this, make sure you subscribe, like, and stay for more tips from me. Hi lovelies, and welcome back or welcome to the channel. And today I'll be doing a acrylic application tutorial. And first we're gonna go ahead and get ready and start by talking about the three main parts of the nails. This is basically where you're gonna lay your acrylic on and in what order and how to do it. First is the free edge, the apex, and the cuticle. These are the three main parts. But first, we are going to go ahead and start with the free edge. The free edge is the bottom part of the nail plate, aka the tip. So that's what you're working with right there. And in 3B applications, you'll be placing your first bead at the free edge. Next is the apex. The apex is important because it's the structure of the nail. You will most likely be using a large or medium bead on that area. The apex is the thickest part of the nail, but don't make it too thick, but make sure the structure is there and solid. You don't want their nails to break or lift. The cuticle. The cuticle area is the area where you're going to be using the smallest bead. It's where you blend the entire nail together. Be careful not to flood the cuticle. It's based off how you do your monomer, because too much monomer can make your application very wet all over the place. But too less monomer will make it hard to work with and will dry fast. But don't worry, I will teach you the perfect powder to ratio. So now we're gonna go ahead and get ready and lay our acrylic. We already dehydrated and primed and got the whole nail plate ready for application. Don't worry, I'll be having a full nail tutorial on how to do the complete way of nails, but right now we're just going to focus on the application. So you're going to dip your brush into the monomer and make sure you get all the bristles in there. So you go ahead and put your whole brush in the monomer, make sure every single bristle touches the monomer, and then you're going to pat. But let me show you how you should do it. Make sure you can do it halfway, 75%, but make sure you are dragging it. You're not just picking it up. And this is the one bead method. So now you're going to place that bead in the middle of the nail plate, aka the apex. This is one bead application. You're going to tap it. Make sure you tap it into place. It's going to be a little close to the cuticle, so you're going to tap it into the cuticle area and then tap it down. And then once you bring it down, can smoothen it out. I had a little excess, so I put that back at the top and I tapped it all the way down. And then I'm getting rid of the excess. I'm cleaning it up and making sure the application comes out super smooth, just like that. As you can see, the application is really smooth. And now we're moving on to 2B application. 2B application, you're going to take your first bead. It's going to be a medium bead, so you're going to take about 50% of monomer off your brush, and you're going to tap that in the middle on the apex. You're going to tap it into place, and then you're going to drag it down with the end of your brush, and then you're going to smoothen it out. But make sure you tap it before you smooth it. Do not smooth it out like completely at first. And then you're just going to get rid of the excess. After that, you're going to take your cuticle bead. It's going to be a small bead, so you're going to empty out 75% of your monomer. You're going to put that near the cuticle, not on because you will flood it. Put it near and slowly tap it into place. And then you're going to drag it down, and then you're going to smoothen it out, as you can see I'm doing. And then you're going to get rid of excess. And basically, that's the 2 bead method. Don't worry, we go very much more in depth. I have way more acrylic stuff to show you guys. So we're going to repeat that same thing. I would recommend the 2 bead method and the 3B method for beginners, but mostly the 3B method for beginners. And that is how it came out. It was super duper smooth and my shape was really tea. But I'm gonna just talk a little bit more about the application, like what good acrylics, as you can watch me do some French tips. But yeah. So application, you want to make sure you take your time with application. Do not rush. Do not rush. And one of the acrylics I would really recommend to you is DNT. DNT is perfect for beginners. It gives you so much time to really get used to acrylic. It gives you a lot of time for it to dry. So DNT is the perfect route to go. That is in my opinion. Also, you could use Mia Secret. I used Mia Secret a lot when I was a beginner, and I did pretty good work with that acrylic. So you can definitely get Mia Secret acrylic as well, because yeah, but like it would be like for the very beginning. I don't use it now. I use DNT now, because you can use DNT from a beginner to pro. That's how good it is. So I really recommend DNT products. You can find them on Amazon. They got a good amount of colors, and yeah, I really do recommend that. It's super bomb. And these are how my nails came out with that awesome application. So let's go back into it again. So this right here will be the 3 bead method. So I'm just taking my first one. I don't know why it's right there, but normally we're gonna place it at the free edge. You're gonna tap it into place and bring it down. Then you're gonna bring the next bead on your apex. Your apex is the structure, so you gotta make sure you do a medium or a large bead. So I did a bigger bead for that area, and I'm just tapping it down. As you can see, just tapping it all the way down to the free edge, and then I'm just like getting at the sides, because we don't want it to flood. So make sure you are keeping track of the sides so it doesn't flood off the nail. And now we got our cuticle bead. I placed it near the cuticle, not on the cuticle, and I'm tapping it into place before dragging it down. Well, tapping it down, but also dragging it down with the brush. Then I smoothen it, and look at that. That looks really great. So this is what I really prefer. If you're doing long nails, I think the 3B method would be great for long nails, because it's a long process. But for like shorter nails, 2 beads or maybe 1 bead if you're a pro. But don't worry, you do not have to be able to do 1 bead, 3 beads, 2 beads. It doesn't matter what you use, but go at your own pace. Take your time. Do what's best for you. But keep looking at how I'm tapping the acrylic into place. Tapping it. And when you have your acrylic, also I want you to pay attention here on how I tap it in the acrylic. You tap it 3 times. Let's rewind that. See, it's going tap 3 times into the acrylic, and you don't want to like just shove it in there. You don't want to put it in there, brush down. You're gonna angle it. You're going to angle that brush and tap it down. And back to the acrylic. I'm still tapping it into place. Me personally, I do the 2 bead method. So I start with putting it on the middle. I have a medium brush, a medium bead, and I put it on the middle. And then I go in with my cuticle bead, and I put that near the cuticle, and then I kind of like tap into place. But in the beginner stages of my stuff, you can always have this technique. This is the proper technique of how to do acrylic application, and over time you should be able to really like use these techniques, you know. But it's a learning process. So let's say you want to use more than 3 beads. That is totally okay. Just don't overflood the nail. Like, definitely do that. Make sure it's not thick, but it has structure, if that makes sense. That means your apex should be strong, but it shouldn't be overly thick. The whole nail should not be thick. It should look like a natural nail with a little arch, because some people, they do their apex super apexy, if that makes sense. But I do my apex enough to have a structure and also look natural, you know. So yeah, but make sure you are really taking your time with it. You can definitely use more than 1 bead, more than 3 beads. You can use 6 beads. I wouldn't say use 10 beads. Maybe on your first time you can use 10 beads because you're just now starting. But if you're doing it on somebody's hands, please don't use no 10 beads. But it's okay. And girl, you got this. This video is almost over. Let's keep going over the techniques. And you can rewatch this video as many times as you would like, because I'm here to help. So basically, powder ratio is your monomer to your acrylic. So if I want a large bead, I'm going to empty out 25% of my monomer. If I want a medium bead, I'm going to empty out 50% of my monomer. If I want a small bead, I'm going to empty out 75% of my monomer. On the small beads, make sure you take your time, and yeah. But make sure you take your time. You got this. Your application will be very, very smooth. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I can help you with your journey. I hope this video helped. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.